Good morning. How's it going? Just trying to get everything set up here. All right. Then we got most everything set up. Finally decided to get in a London session. Been tough to do lately. Well, we're going to try to do it a few times a week if we can, and then maybe we'll get back into the groove of it. What do we expect to happen today, this morning? ES is right there at the 64, 65 area. Let's see what we had happen. We opened up at 6. We've kind of just pushed up. Kind of held that 56 area here overnight. What's happened on the NAS here? Something similar. We kind of just double, triple bottomed off the 71 there. Moved up to the 719. So I don't know, I kind of would expect us to maybe put in a low. We haven't really put one in. I mean, I guess when we opened up at 6 there, we had a little push down, but other than that, we've kind of just pushed up. Maybe we continue higher. Maybe we continue higher. Let's see. Let's see. 40. Alrighty. Well, just about a minute here. Let's see what happens at open. I'm going to be doing a little bit more of a scalping strategy this morning. How's it going, Nisbet? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, we're going to do a little more of a scalping strategy today, this morning. It's going to be looking for 4 points at a time. $16 ticks, if you will. So let's see what happens here. So if we pull back into this VWAP, maybe it open. Sellers kind of coming in here. Maybe test that VWAP. Well, let's see what happens. Let's take these drawings off here. Yeah, it's not really moving, hanging out right there at the 64. Pulled back into the 700 there. What in the world? I'll forget about that stupid stuff on the Nasdaq.
Order filled.
Oh, that's loud. That's loud. Oh, I'm on the micros. I'm on the micros. All right, let's get on the right chart. We're on the micros. All right, retesting that 700 there. Just putting a little wick to the upside. I'm kind of expecting a little bit of a move down, but in the short term, anything can happen. In the short term, anything can happen. Got the 700, the VWAP, the 90s, all in this area. Pushing back up here. Just kind of watching the volume here. Seeing what we get. Just kind of watching. No real movement so far. Just kind of, what, 8 to 10 point range here. I want to take a short here, but we got the VWAP, the whole number. Don't want to be shorting into the VWAP. So let's just wait and see what happens. See if a setup forms. We'll take it. ES hanging up there at the 63s. It's kind of bouncing off the 700 level. I'm considering a little long here, but why did I not take that? I wasn't even paying attention to that right there. Alright, pulling back. Testing the 700 again, almost to the VWAP. Let's see. No real action so far. I mean, the ES literally is not moving. Got some buyers coming in here on the NAS. No follow through though. Don't want to be just jumping in. Trying to be patient. Put our stop down here just below the VWAP. See if we can't get that push into the 10 area. Doesn't look like it so far, huh? Don't love the look of it now. Well, trying to give it a minute here. Held the VWAP so far, so just trying to give it a moment, see if it can go. ES pushing back up into the 64 there. A little bit of buyers coming in here. See if they can push through here strong. Get up into that 10 area. Now we'll lock in some.
Stop filled.
Stopped out on one.
Stop filled.
Stopped out on the second one. So probably moved the stop a little too quick there, but kind of got a little wick action right there on the ES, although it is kind of pushing into the trying to retest the high of day there. Nasdaq's lagging a little bit behind. Here come the sellers, getting a little more volatility here. So wouldn't have got my target anyway, so kind of glad I moved the stop there. How's it going, Nicholas? Session after session, you're here, navigating your way through the market regardless of subs and viewers. Keep it up. Hey, thanks. I'm not here for every London, but I try to. I was streaming both London and New York, but kind of slowed down there a bit. But I do try my best. Try my best. Losing the VWAP here. Like I said, I don't really love this zone that we're in. Like that you got going on here. This area here. I just don't. I mean, it's not my favorite area to trade. If you guys have followed me. I don't like shorting above the VWAP. I don't like that 90 to the whole number. I don't want to trade in this zone. I don't want to be taking a short in here. If we get below here and we kind of turn that 90 into some resistance, then maybe we could take something. So either want price to get out the bottom of this or get above it. In this area, really kind of a no trade zone for me, for the most part. If we push below and we push back up, kind of turn the VWAP into some resistance, then we could consider a short there. But for the most part, just be waiting for price to either move out of that area, above it or below it. Unless we get a lot of strength coming in here. And see, this is setting up kind of like a short here. But man, I just don't love where we're at. Short for maybe the 701s. You could take it if it pops back up here. I just don't love that area. ES pulling right back to the VWAP now at the 62s. So that's also of concern. So you could take the short if it pops back up to the 700 level there. Stop at the 710s. You could. Did kind of sweep that liquidity there though to the downside at the 94. So I guess if you did take the short, target would be 85. I'm not in love with this area, to be honest, so I don't think I'm going to take it. But Don't think I'm going to take it. You could, though. I mean, I was kind of expecting price to move down. You know, that's kind of what we were expecting this morning. Maybe take this liquidity down here at the 73s. But I just kind of wanted to get out of this zone. I just don't like this area. Too much drama between 90 and the whole number. Too much drama. So ES testing the VWAP there. If it gets below the VWAP, then you feel a little better about the short there. As long as the ES holds the VWAP. Kind of putting in a double bottom too. So maybe a bounce area. Usually this push through the whole number doesn't stick the first time, so I would kind of expect to push back above 700 here. Even if it's just to the 704 or 705 area. Usually get a little relief bounce back up. That would be your short entry if you did, but I just don't love it right here at the VWAP. ES bouncing right off the VWAP there at the 61s. Push back up to the 64s. So we did kind of sweep some liquidity here to the downside on the 1 minute chart. Had a couple of relatively equal lows there. You might get a push back up here. Have to kind of get above that 710 area to get going. Get above 710, we probably see high day. I'm liking this volume coming in here. I don't know if I want to take it though. I do like it. Let's be patient. Let's be patient. All right, let's take it. See if we can get this push up into the 12s. Come on, volume. Where you at? ES is pushing, looking like it wants to take out the high day there. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. As long as ES can keep pushing, we will get going here. Kind of want to see that ES just pop right through there, get above that 65 and get going, but not doing it so far. Trying to give it a moment here, see if it'll go. Could have taken the long for the break of the 700s. I tried to wait for a moment just to get a little confirmation there. I want to see this volume kind of stay above that explosion line over there on the left, but you know, this area here. Don't really want to see it close below there. It's kind of tailing off though. Don't love it. We'll give it a moment. See if the volume comes back in here. I'm going to take one off there at the 08. Well, that's not what you want to see. ES just rejected that area. Now pushing back down. Just watching the ES here, seeing if it holds that VWAP or not. Just taking it off there. Funny thing is, it's kind of what we were talking about there for the short. That's why I wanted to wait for it to get above the 10 area, because that was kind of the short setup. I didn't love the VWAP though, being there. So ES holding up there at the VWAP right now. Might have just shook us out right there. We are kind of in a downward channel here. If we get through the 90 there, then we can consider a short. Maybe we trade down into the 74. So the ES kind of testing that VWAP, pulling back to the 61 right there and kind of bouncing. So kind of looking for this thing to hold up below the VWAP here. ES trying to get back above the VWAP. So waiting for the sellers to kind of pop back through here. Maybe we can participate short. Should have just stuck with our original analysis. I hate that I did that. I was thinking short here, but I wanted to get out of this zone. I said that. And then kind of got above the VWAP and we kind of FOMO'd into it. Into that volume there. Kind of FOMO'd into it. That's okay, we can admit it. We are not ashamed of admitting it. Alright. I'm going to take the short. And I have a wider stop here because the stop has to be up there. Yeah, I don't know how much I love this now. ES kind of rejected the VWAP there and was kind of pushing its way below it. Now it's trying to get back above it there. Just trust the trade, give it room. Give it the room that it needs. Let's just see what happens. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. It helps out the channel. We do appreciate it. We appreciate it. So let's see if we can get this pushed down. Holding up there so far. ES seemingly losing the VWAP. Really only a point below it. So it's not a for sure thing or anything like that yet. See if we can at least get our first target there. ES pushing down into the 60. Sellers coming in here a little bit. A little volume. It's taking out our first target there. Second target down to the downside there. See if we can't get that. Looking like it wants that sell side there. I'm going to go ahead and lock in some here. We're just going to log in the 80 and see if we can't hit the target here. So can't lose. Should put us basically break even on the day. There we go. So I don't know why I took this big loser here. Really should have stuck to my original analysis. I mean, I took a $390 loser. If you go back and you rewatch, I said the short is at 701. What happened? Pushed up into 704. I FOMO into a long 703.50 for no reason. I said the first target would be 85 on the short. And then I don't know why I did that. I have no idea. It happens. It happens. Going against the analysis there. So I still think this thing will take out this 71. Most likely. Most likely. Now, why is that not updating? Oh. 7 contracts, 4 points. I like it. Trying to see here. So it's pushing up. Okay, I got it. That's what I was looking at yesterday. I was thinking I got that correct, but I wasn't sure. Huh. With practice, it will be great to achieve the scale standards as the scale turns green. All right. Just reading some stuff there, Like I said, I still think we got room to the downside here. I want to kind of turn this 90 area into resistance if we get a little pop back up here. I like this high volume move down, low volume move back up here. And then you could potentially, darn it. I'm going to take a little scalpy here. We're going to go just for 3 handles. Not looking for a whole lot. There we go. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Gonna be testing out a newer strategy that I'm just kind of getting. I just started using yesterday, or started looking into, and seems to be working pretty nice. It's a scalping strategy. That's what I was using right there, but I got in a little late. I should have been in as soon as this bar turned red right here at the 80. I should have got in there. So that's why we only took a few points. The idea is if you get a bit of a lightsaber back up, then as soon as the next red candle, or if this one turns red, you take the short. But if this green one prints, then the next red candle to break the bottom, you would take the short. Not going to do it in this area again. We already took it once. All right. So we get a little push back up here. So you would take the short there, theoretically. 77, target would be 74. So let's just see if this would have hit. So you would taking the short at 77, target of 74. I'm not taking it on this one, but it probably is going to work. Trying to push down. I don't see how we don't take out that low a day, to be honest. Well, still looking, see if this thing's going to take out that low a day there. Looking like it's going to. Wants to. Just need a little flush of volume to come in here. ES pushing down now. I think we see it ticking out right now. So there we go. That one would have worked as well. There we go. Swap that liquidity there to the downside. And you see you had those 4 relatively equal lows here. Just taking those out. Next target, 70, 65. And then you're all the way down here at the 57. You can see we had our entry was at 92. Really should have been short from the 701. I was just, I didn't trust my instincts on it. We should have never taken this $400 loser up here, but you live and you learn. That's all you can do. So definitely wouldn't want to be shorting down here just because, you know, bounce, it's potential bounce area. ES still has more room down to the 56. It's at 58 right now. You got a lot of equal lows down at the 56 that probably want to be taken out. So I kind of feel like we're probably going to take out the at least the 65s, maybe the 55s. It's kind of my feel, but how do we get there, right? That's the question. Might have to have a little bounce back up before we continue lower. How do we arrive at that target would be the question. So bouncing right there off the 71s. Oh. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're watching. You're not yet subscribed. We do stream 5 days a week. New York mostly, most of the day on New York, but I'm gonna try to start picking up some more London sessions here. Get back into the rhythm of getting up at 2:40 a.m., 2:45 a.m. Eastern. We were streaming the London session 5 days a week, and then we had some health issues. Had to take care of those, and now we're good. I still wake up in the middle of the night. Like, it's the thing, I wake up at like 3 or 4 a.m. I can't go back to sleep for an hour or two anyway. So that was the thing this morning. I woke up at 2. Wasn't really planning on streaming, and I was like, well, I'm awake. May as well. I'm here. I'm awake. Let's just do it. So this little lightsaber back up here offers really another entry. Could get short there for the break of 77. I'm not doing it. Just thinking out loud here. So you get short again at 77. Target would be 73. No, 70. Yeah, 73. Kind of be the idea. Well, I guess I am on the one. I'm on the 3 minute. I should be looking at the 1 minute chart. All right, there it is. Target hit. Easy peasy. I'm hungry this morning. Didn't eat a lot yesterday. Might just make some breakfast when I get done with this. 4 a.m. breakfast. Probably won't. Although we might need it. We need some sustenance. So let's see how we've done this morning. Not great. 7 trades. Well, actually, it says 6 winners and 1 loser. That 1 loser was a huge loser. Average winning trade $86. Average loser $3.90. $3.90. Yeah, looking back on that long I took, that was a pretty dumb long. Now that I'm looking at it. I gotta admit it. I got no shame. We got no shame. Like I said, I feel like we still got more room here to the downside. Possibly moving to the 50s. ES still got a ways to go. It's kind of holding up right there at the 60 area, but still got a ways to go down to that 55, 56 area. Still got room to the downside. A little bit of sell volume coming in here. Putting in kind of a double bottom there. Maybe we get a move higher here. ES is trying to retrace up to the VWAP. Let's see if it can get above it. VWAP sitting at the 61s. It's up at the 62 actually almost. 61.75. Thinking maybe the ES turns that VWAP into some resistance here and then continues that move down. If it gets above the VWAP, maybe that changes things. I think before you want to consider a long, you probably want to see the ES break the 64s, but would say I don't see how it doesn't move down. But it's the market, right? Does what it wants. Does what it wants. So ES at the VWAP here. It's kind of getting a little consolidation here down here at the lows. Johannes, how's it going? Good morning. Thanks for the stream and your honesty in trading. Thank you. Appreciate it. ES rejecting that VWAP right now. Unable to pop above it. So let's see if we move back down to the lows now. Wouldn't be a bad area to re-enter short, but I don't like shorting at the perceived low, right? So let's just wait and see. ES bouncing off the VWAP right there at the 62 area, pulling back into the 61. Trying to get going. Possible bounce back up into that 88, 89 area here on the Nasdaq. Kind of want to see Nas turn the 90 into resistance, so kind of the bottom of this box here. Maybe turn this into resistance for this little move down. All right, ES pulling back now. Retesting the 60. So a decent entry there on the ES if you just took the short for the off the VWAP. Could get a few points out of it for sure. There we go. There's the lightsaber. Into the 60s. Like I said, I think we maybe trade down into the 55 area. Maybe lower. Boom. Just like that. Now the ES is back into the 57s. Rejected that VWAP hard. Got a pivot point down there at the 40. Look at her go. So kind of took out that liquidity there at the 55. Next down is the 26. Just complete rejection off that VWAP there for the ES. Still got more to go there on the ES. Couple more points. I mean, look at that spike in volume there. It's got my WADA off the chart. Yeah, I was thinking we might get a pop back up into that 88, 89 area, but didn't quite get there. Then she just waterfalled down into the 50s. Pretty sure we mentioned the 50s earlier. Rewind the stream. Easy to say when you're not in it, right? What you do is you make a case for both sides, and then when it goes one way or the other, you take credit for it. That's the key to being a good streamer. You make a case for both sides, and then you take credit for whichever way it goes. I've seen it done before. We've seen it done before. Like I said, the ES still got a little room to the downside here. At least a couple more points. It's at 57. You got that liquidity down there. About another point. You got the liquidity down there at 56. 56.50. So there we go. Trading back to the 57s now. I'd just be wary once we take that liquidity out there at the 56.50 on the ES. Could kind of bounce back to the other side. We already took the liquidity there on the Nasdaq. So it didn't quite take it yet, just kind of putting in an equal low here. It may not take it. I think it will, but it may not. A little push back up into the 60s here on the NQ. The ES at the 58s. Let's just watch. We might take a dangerous short here. Thinking about it. We might. Just for a quick scalp if we do. We're thinking about it. May not think about it too long. So you have this little push down, got that nice little consolidation there, and then that lightsaber to the downside. ES trying to test that 59 area. Little 14, 15 point bounce back up off the lows there so far. Obviously, we did not take the short. So your buy volume here is still low on this push up. Can kind of be flipped pretty easy. Well, lower than what the sell volume was. So ES retesting the 60. Coming into the top of the hour. Couple minutes here. So he has bounced right off that 57. Kind of retesting the skid mark here. Just watching the 1 minute chart here. All the way up into the 70s. Got a 20-point bounce off the lows there. Kind of coming into an area where I'd expect maybe it'll turn back around. Just watching and waiting, being patient. ES back up to the 60 there. I get a little pop of volume come in here at the top of the hour. See if we pop back above that 77 there. There we go, top of the hour. There's 77. Strong move back up here. ES popped up into the 61. Almost back to the VWAP. Almost back to the VWAP. VWAP sitting there at the 6150 on the ES. Current price 60.50. All right, get a little pullback here. A little pullback, a little pullback. Just waiting. Volume not really where we would like it to be there. See if we get a pop back up here. Seeing if we get above. If we break through that 72 area, then I think we trade back into the 80.
Order filled.
All right, we're going to take it at 72 here. Might just be a bad entry, but we'll see. I guess we didn't quite get above the 72. We just kind of touched it, and then I just took it. I took it in the wrong direction. That's what I did. Took it in the wrong direction. Yes, trading back down into the 58s. Looks like it wants to maybe take out that 56. Waiting and watching here. Price trying to retest the 70s here. Volume kind of dying off here. Kind of dying off.
Order filled.
And I'm gonna take a little short here. See if we can get that loss back. I'm gonna give it a little more room here. May just end up taking a loser. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill it there. It's kind of burned in both directions there. Long, short. Um, yes, reapproaching the VWAP there. We rejected it earlier. Let's see if we can get above there this time. Act like it wants to get above there, but nothing yet. It's kind of rejecting it once again here. It's kind of chopping around in this area now. Had that one nice move down. Now we're just consolidating. We might look for one more entry and then call it a night. Call it a morning, a night, whatever it is where you're at. Thinking of a short here, thinking of a short. But who knows? Could go either way. No real direction.
Order filled.
All right, this is going to be our last entry. So we either lose or we win. Not looking like a winner right now, looking like a loser. Really not really an area you should be trading in anyway, but you know, we'll take it and see. Where you at, sellers? Where you at? Well, they're trying to come through. You guys haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe. If you're watching and you're not yet subscribing, subscribe. We do stream 5 days a week. Not always the London session, but at least the New York for sure. ES pushing down here. Should get this pushed down. Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. This trade will do it for me. I will be ending the stream after this trade. So let's just see what happens. And Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic. And win or lose, that will be the end of the stream. But we will be back live 9:15 a.m. for the New York session. So let's just watch and see what happens. Appreciate you guys watching. All right, there you go. Break even. That's good enough for me. So appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you next time.